guys, what's up? My name is Tori Peters. I am an entrepreneur, artist, and the author of the book, The Power of Words for Teens. So, today, I am here to talk about how I deal with feeling overwhelmed. Screaming a pancake. No, I'm kidding. So, what are some things that overwhelm you? Is it school? Is it people? Is it just stressful situations in general? No matter what it is, we all have things that can make us feel overwhelmed. So, having a way to deal with that is honestly super important, and for some reason, that's not something that's taught in school or classes anywhere. Which is surprising, because literally, everyone's felt this way at some point or another. So today I'm going to share with you my go-to for when I'm feeling overwhelmed by something. So whether it's work, a relationship, or just small things that pile up onto another and crush you like a bug. This has helped me gather my thoughts, process the day, and, help me brainstorm ideas, and honestly be a more creative problem solver. So my go-to for when I need to feel less overwhelmed is actually journaling. I sit down, take a second, and write all the things that are going on in my head onto paper. I write letters to my friends or to people who I'm frustrated with. I write letters to God. I explain my feelings of stress, frustration, hurt, etc. And this allows me to keep all the different things that are going on in my head from constantly swirling around and making things just generally chaotic for my thoughts. And it makes it easier to think without constant distractions that those things pose. So if I need to talk to someone and I know a conversation is going to be hard and it begins to worry me, I'll sit down and write it down, or I'll write out how I want the conversation to go. Generally, conversations don't always go the way you think they will in your head, but it helps you condense the things that are important and, decide whether or not something is really important and that that person needs to hear it or not. And that can be really helpful. So I actually started keeping a journal back when I was in 6th grade. I started reading this book called Dork Diaries, and, I thought it was such a fun idea, I decided to try it out. Around the same time, my friend was obsessed with the Diary of Anne Frank, and, I figured if I ever did something notable, then people might be interested in reading it one day. Looking back at it now, I severely hope no one ever reads my journals, because they're painful to read sometimes. They're adorable, but also painful. There's some funny things and also some really stupid things, like why I was so angry at my mother that day. Who cares? Things like that. But since then, I've never really stopped journaling. And having a journal is a great reminder of the days that are amazing. And, life can get hard and it's easy to get discouraged, but being able to look back at those good days can lift your spirits, and it can also remind you of the bad days as well and show you how much you've grown. And your personal growth is really, really hard to tell just from day to day, but looking back at a year before, and it's amazing to see just the difference that a year has made in your life. And those things are really easy to forget. So if you keep a journal, then you can look back during those times when you're feeling like you're not going anywhere and see how much things have changed and see how far you've actually come. And it's honestly really beautiful to look at. So sometimes while I am journaling, I'll draw pictures inside there as well and decorate the pages for that specific day. That helps me to, add some creativity to the pages, add some fun, add some life to them, and it helps me reference a page when I go to look back at it later. And so if I have time, I'll add a doodle, or if I'm not too tired to come up with something creative, then I'll add stuff to it. And that definitely adds to the fun of, doing a journal. And not everyone's journals are like this. There are so many journals over thousands of years, I'm sure, who people just write out what they're going through. But that's definitely something that I personally like to do when I can. That's the little artist in me that does that. So this has become something that I honestly really enjoy, and I miss it when I forget to do it for a while. And this is honestly one of the most effective ways for me to cope when I'm feeling stressed or overwhelmed, because if I write it down, then it's no longer running around in my brain like that SpongeBob scene where everything's on fire, and it can be much more organized than it would be inside my head. So maybe the idea of keeping a journal doesn't appeal to you. You feel like it's a little kid thing, or maybe a girl thing, or something like that, you know. But you still want to feel the benefits for when you're feeling overwhelmed. So some ideas you can do is just, you know, find a notebook and write letters on any old piece of paper that you want, or you can type out your thoughts on any device, whether that's a notepad on your phone or a document. Everyone who has a Google account has a Google Docs account, believe it or not. So this works just as well and would probably improve your spelling a little bit more than writing in a notebook, since, you know, there's the whole spell check thing, which I wish normal paper had. So however you choose to go about it, I encourage you to at the very least try it out. And trial periods for me generally last about a month. Like, do it for a month and see the benefits of it. And if you don't see any benefits of it, then, you know, move on to something else. But I definitely would encourage this method for sure. So I hope this helped you, and so now it's question time. So, do you keep a journal, or do you want to keep a journal? Let me know in the comments below. Why or why not do you keep a journal? And yeah, I want to hear from you guys. So on that note, I hope you guys have a wonderful adventure today, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Later.